one day. In the morning, we conduct a rally with some companies. We also had a phone program at Vision FM. There's also a football match jointly conducted by different partners, coordinated by the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Relief Matters. As part of the celebration, Red Cross also organized this symposium. We call it symposium because we have wanted that all the partners should be here. At least we rub minds together and discuss a lot of issues concerning humanitarian activities in the state. But nevertheless, since the ministry is here and some of the partners are also here, the representatives of media are also here, we will continue. Let me welcome the acting chairman of the Nigerian Red Cross Society, who is here with us. That is Alhaji Usman Marafa Nahuche. Please, can we put our hands together for him? He is the branch treasurer, as we are aware. The chairman, Alhaji Ibrahim Musa, is away on official assignment. Also the vice. So the next person is the treasurer. So that's why he is here to read the address, the message of the national headquarters. So he's going to do it after the event, which I believe it will not take more than 30 minutes, inshallah. So, Minister of Humanitarian and Relief Matters, who is being represented by a director in the ministry, Alhaji Muhammad Bashir Maradun. Sir, you are most welcome. Also in the entourage, we have Comrade Bashir Kabir Ahmad, who is a director information of the ministry. You are welcome. We also have Isa Shoaibu, Director Planning, Research and Statistics of the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs. You are most welcome, sir. We also have the gentlemen of the press. So they are all here with us. You are most welcome. I will allow the branch communication officer to continue to recite.
As welcome the participants of the symposium. From the agenda, we have opening prayer with Red Cross anthem. So may I invite Mala Awalu Ali to give us an opening prayer with Red Cross anthem. We are the members of LRC. We shall never afraid. We defend principles of the IRC. Direct and guide our ways. Humanity, impartiality, neutrality, independence, voluntary service, unity, universality. Thank you, and get welcome remark by acting chairman. So may I invite the acting chairman to come forward for the
Assalamu alaikum. And very interesting station. They are not highly on.
Okay. Please put our hands together.
First, let me welcome all the participants for their time participating in this memorable occasion. This day is important today because it is the day that we honor our aid workers who sacrifice their lives, risk their own lives to help others. So it is very important to humanitarian sector in all the world. So I want to commend the Red Cross International for organizing this symposium, and I wish you a very successful deliberation as we go about this. As we go about to finish, as we go about to complete this meeting, and I hope by the end of the day we'll be able to benefit from this meeting, and we hope this meeting will be of beneficial to all of us here. And I want to assure you of our collaboration with the Ministry of Humanitarian toward the serving the IDPs around the states, and we hope the what do you call it? Humanitarian, and see that all the work they are doing are done together so that to achieve the same objectives we want to achieve within the. With this, I want to say that inshallah we are going to collaborate more, because we have been doing this. The Red Cross has been attending our meetings, all the meetings we have been doing in the Ministry of Humanitarian. Red Cross has been attending the meeting, and we hope to continue in that path, inshallah. Thank you very much.
To the Information Department of the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Red Cross is a popular humanitarian workers for us. So we always consider them critical partners in addressing humanitarian crisis in Zamfara state. We always salute their commitment, and we always salute their quick response whenever we request for their support. And we always feel comfortable working with them, as we believe that it is the only among others that implements core humanitarian principles, which include humanity, neutrality, independence, and impartiality. So congratulations, Red Cross, for being honest humanitarian partner from the state, and we will always appreciate your support and cooperation to the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, as you always been committed to working for in an attempt to save the lives of the people. Thank you, and wassalamu alaikum. To tell our partners, our collaborators, our friends, even our members, to know who we are. Nigerian Red Cross Society was established by an Act of Parliament of 1960. Before then, it was just a branch of the British Red Cross in 1917. A lot of things happened. There is this fundraising event that took place then by Adamu Orisha in Lagos then, before even the independence of this country. So a lot of things has happened, and today Nigerian Red Cross Society has branches in all the 36 states of the Federation. We have divisions in all the 774 LGAs of the Nigeria. We also have detachment in some of the wards. We call them detachments. We have units at schools, secondary school, primary schools, some tertiary institutions where we have unit of volunteers that start from 20 to 50, sometimes even above that to 100. So there are a lot of series of trainings we give to them. The basic one is first aid. You can't be a member of Red Cross without having that first aid training. You must get the knowledge of basic first aid. How do you support an injured person? How do you even handle casualty in case of any emergency? Part of the mandate in that act, that is, it's recognized Nigerian Red Cross Society as a humanitarian organization auxiliary to the government. We always tell people that we are jack of all trades. We do not mean that because there is no any intervention, the Red Cross has no link to it. I used to tell people, before even the advent of this country, it is even the Red Cross that suggested that we should have a government agency responsible for that operations. And that is why we have NEMA, we have FAMAS at the state level, and even LAMAS at the local government levels. So we are complementary. We are not competing with anybody. We are not competing with the government. And we are not saying we are above government. But our role, that auxiliary role, that's what gives us the right to welfare services. But people don't understand. That's why if there is any health intervention, you see Red Cross. Red Cross, why are you here also? You are in disaster. We are everywhere. We have the network of volunteers. Currently in Zamfara, we have over 4,000 volunteers that are trained in different fields. So we are proud of that. And we know we have been collaborating with other agencies, even the UNICEF, the WHO. You should remember that we are the founders and even custodians of these principles worldwide. So they are humanity. I don't need to explain humanity. If you don't have even the human feelings, you can't assist anybody. The impartiality we are talking about, that is Red Cross doesn't discriminate. We don't discriminate as to religion, as to even creed, whatever. So if something happens to someone, if he's a human being, we just support him. Then the neutrality we are talking about, this one we are always neutral. We don't take side. We don't put portion blames on anybody. That I'm sorry, I used to say it even in other forums. Security used to question me. Now, assuming in Zamfara now we have bandits that require our services, we go and give them that services because they are human beings. Their problem with the community and the society, even the government, does not stop us from doing that. And that is why we are neutral. Any human being, irrespective of whatever he does, we support him. And that is why we don't engage in politics. So that neutrality is very key. Then the independence we are talking about, we are independent but remain auxiliary. We are supposed to be funded by the government. But since government has other agencies that do the same work we are doing, they feel like no. But still, there are some statutory responsibility, like provision of subvention. Government should give us subvention, even if it is annually. Government should give us ambulances because we do carry out ambulance services. Other things to support our activities. So that is the independence we are talking about. Red Cross is always independent and even a home. But because you decided to volunteer, you are still doing it. Now, what do you gain out of volunteerism? You get training. We will train you to certain levels. That sometimes our volunteers feel they are like medical personnel because they have so many different trainings. Sometimes it even go beyond that. So that is what you get from the society, being a volunteer. Then as a volunteer, you give your time. That's all we want, your time. If you say, okay, I have only Saturday. If you have anything, call me on Saturday. That's why we have network of volunteers. We engage them when they are free. interact with contamination of weapons. I know last 2 years we have this, what do you call it, a missile that just blast in Marado, one of the
Thank you, sir. Assalamu alaikum. As I introduced by the introducer, I am here to represent the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Related Matters, in person of Honorable Salis Musa Safi, who is unavoidably absent due to reasons beyond control. That is why he mandated me to represent him, considering the importance of this great occasion. I therefore welcome you all. The Secretary has made a statement that I just want to make a comment on it, because he was elaborating the branches, the units, or the wideness of this Red Cross Society, which is not, but to me, he has limited it. To me, Red Cross is not only in 36 states, is not only in 775 local governments, but he could have told us Red Cross is in each and every house in the 36 states. Each and every single house. Each and every single house. Because Red Cross comes there and work there. First aid. The moment your child has a headache, you go and get paracetamol. It's a Red Cross. Therefore, I thank you all for your performances and all other activities you are running towards the settling and resolving the escalating humanitarian crisis, not only in Nigeria but globally. Red Cross has to be commended. I therefore, on behalf of the Honorable Commissioner, use this opportunity to commend the Red Cross Society for their well-done job, for their activities in helping the Ministry of Humanitarian, because all our staff, all the staff in the ministry are there purposely on humanitarian services. Our Red Cross is always at our midst to help and support towards the realization of our objectives and goals. So thank you, Red Cross Society. Let me also use this opportunity to congratulate to express my appreciation to Red Cross, because since the recreation of the ministry, or creation of the ministry by His Excellency Dr. Dauda Lawal as the Ministry of Humanitarian and Relief Matters, as the name implies, Red Cross is the first organization to send a congratulatory letter officially to the ministry. So, in fact, Red Cross, you have really showed us that we are together with you, and I assure you, Ministry of Humanitarian and all the staff is always together with you and ready to give all necessary assistance, ready to give all necessary support that you may require at any time. The door is open, the office is always open. Whenever you need the security, tell him, please, you are ready, because he will definitely allow it. Before I put the mic down, let me also seize this opportunity to thank our partners, the INGOs, the national bodies, both internationally, the media, who are always ready and who are always publicizing our activities, publicizing our efforts, and publicizing our roles that we are playing towards the realization of humanitarian needs to our society. Therefore, with this, I have also to commend our donors, both internationally and nationally, because they support, they assist, they contribute, and we join hands with the partners so as to see that the needs, requirements of our local people has reached them at the doorstep. So the INGOs, I have no single word to say to you, always to say thank you, and make more. As earlier said,
the donors from the previous year, since the creation of the ministry to date, who are always bring their support, brought their support, rice, beans, livelihood materials, was billions of naira from 2019 to date were accumulated by the ministry and were distributed by the ministry, and the people are happy. Refugee, IDPs, other vulnerables, they are all happy. So I therefore urge you to continue and put more effort in such kind of assistance that you do render to all organizations that render humanitarian services. Thank you. Wassalamu alaikum, and I wish all the
state of integration today being celebrated by Red Cross as World Humanitarian Day. This address or press release that the chairman is going to read on behalf of the national headquarters of the Red Cross under the leadership of National President Bita.
Assalamu alaikum. Like the secretary has already said, I am the state branch treasurer, and I'm acting on behalf of the branch chairman, Alhaji Ibrahim Musa, whom you know has been very busy in Abuja and has to be unavoidably absent for this important occasion today as a World Humanitarian Day. So I'm going to read as a first release on his behalf. So I read. As we celebrate World Humanitarian Day, a day dedicated to recognizing humanitarian personnel and aid workers who risk their lives working for humanitarian causes, we at the Nigerian Red Cross Society see it as an opportunity to recognize and appreciate the services of our volunteers and those of related organizations in humanitarian endeavors. From providing first aid services, pre-hospital care, other life-saving medical assistance in conflict zones, to responding to natural diseases, disasters, and rapid relief and rehabilitation efforts. The Nigerian Red Cross Society exemplifies the spirit of humanity as its finest, the organization, yeah, please, I need that. Okay, the organization's 800,000 volunteers and staff have consistently demonstrated their commitment to alleviating sufferings, supporting communities, and saving lives, often at great personal risk. This year, the Nigerian Red Cross Society draws attention to the theme "No matter what," in quotes, which encapsulates the organization's steadfast resolve to serve humanity relentlessly, even in the face of adversity. The theme of World Humanitarian Day 2023 is "No matter what." In a world beset by challenges, no matter what speaks volumes about the extent to which humanitarian workers go in an often dangerous and violent world to ensure that they alleviate human sufferings. World Humanitarian Day, which is observed on August 19th each year, honors the invaluable contributions of humanitarian workers around the globe, who selflessly dedicate their lives to alleviating sufferings and promoting the well-being of those in need. The Nigerian Red Cross Society wishes to use this day to reaffirm its unwavering commitment to the 7 fundamental principles of the Red Crescent movement, particularly humanity, impartiality, neutrality, independence, and voluntary service. These principles are fundamental to everything that we do. Between 2016 and 2022, according to the aid workers security database, 41 workers have been killed in Northeast Nigeria, while 22 have been wounded and 28 kidnapped only 3 months ago. 5 aid workers were kidnapped in Upper Benue State. With over 800 volunteers and counting, the Nigerian Red Cross Society continues to work on the front lines, providing critical aid, solace, and hope to the most vulnerable, regardless of the obstacles. As we celebrate the resilience of humanitarian workers, we tirelessly give of themselves. The Nigerian Red Cross Society also extends an earnest appeal to donors and supporters worldwide. The vital humanitarian work carried out by the Nigerian Red Cross Society is only possible with the support of compassionate individuals and organizations who believe in the power of humanity and of collective actions. By contributing to the Nigerian Red Cross Society, donors can directly impact the lives of those affected by emergencies, disasters, and conflicts throughout the country and the world at large. Prince Adeyega Oluyemisi Adetayo, the national president of the Nigerian Red Cross Society, said that World Humanitarian Day reminds us that compassion knows no boundaries, and our commitment is that no matter what, we are dedicated to serving humanity. However, we cannot do it alone. We urge all those who believe in the potential of humanity to join hands with us, and support our efforts. Together, we can be the beacon of hope that lights up the darkest corners. Every donation, no matter the size, makes a difference. By contributing to the Nigerian Red Cross Society, donors not only provide critical resources, but also become partners in the journey towards a more compassionate and resilient world. Every life saved, every smile restored, and every hand held in times of despair is a testament to the transformative impact of humanitarian aid. On this World Humanitarian Day, let us come together under the banner of no matter what, united in our commitment to humanity. Join hands with the Nigerian Red Cross Society and be a force for positive change and help about the looming hunger and crisis. Thanks on behalf of Abubakar Kende, who is the Secretary of the Nigerian Red Cross Society.
Abun nan shine a taho a yi bita, a yi kiraye-kiraye a ga menene ya faru. So a nan Zamfara ita kanta ma'aikatar jinkai da sauran hukumomi da suke da alaka da wannan da kungiyoyi na ƙasa da ƙasa da kuma ma na ƙasa da kuma na gida duka mun haɗu tun da safe yau. An gudanar da wasan ƙwallon ƙafa, an yi tattaki wanda ya nuna wannan rana. To ita ƙungiyar mu ta Red Cross daga cikin abu da ta tsara shine mu gabatar da wannan taro domin mu gaya ma ainihin sauran abokan aikin mu menene muke yi, kuma waɗanne irin ƙalubale ne mu ma muka fuskanta domin a tattauna. So kusan gaskiya shine abin da muka yi, kuma alhamdulillahi wannan taro an yi shi kamar yadda ya kamata. Kusan dukkanin wanda ya kamata ya zo, kuma alhamdulillahi mun tattauna abubuwan da suka shafi harkar jinkai a faɗin jihar Zamfara.
Jihar Zamfara na ɗaya daga cikin jihohin da ke fama da kalubale na ta'addanci. Ya wannan kungiya ta ko wannan al'amari ya shigar da masu ba da gudunmawa a wannan?
Ba a rasawa. Ai ka san musamman ma yanzu akwai ma'aikatan lafiya da yawa da irin waɗannan abubuwa sun shafe su a wurare daban-daban, a sace su, a yi garkuwa da su da dai sauransu. Amma dai a wannan shekarar ba mu samu wani cikin volunteers ɗin ba da ya rasa ran shi. Wacce shekarar ta gabata mun samu ɗaya. A wannan ne akwai volunteer ɗinmu da ya tafo daga wani ƙauye zai zo cikin local government secretariat ɗinsu, aka ɗauke shi, amma dai da iyawa Allah kuma ya samu ya kubuta. Bayan wannan ba mu cika samu wani abu ba, saboda mu mahiyanci volunteers ɗinmu a garuruwan suke. Yana da wahala yanzu member ɗin da agu so ya tashi ta anka zai aiki can ma anka akwai Red Cross volunteers suna nan, kuma an horar da su dukkanin abin da ake son su yi. In ka je kai ƙasa irin Bagega ward ne, akwai members Red Cross a Bagega. In ka je Wara mu akwai su. So kusan wannan structure ne ta sauka muna matsalar tsaro, mu cika samun cewa akan mutanen mu na hada cikin matsaloli ba, amma dai ba aka wannan ba, tunda in yanayi abu ya zo dole akwai dai matakai da ya kamata mutane su dauka.